Assalamualaikum and good evening to our lovely lecturer Dr. Asma and our fellow classmates. So my name is Narastiana and today me and my partner Nasrin Christina are going to be presenting about the fundamental of video production. In this presentation, we will be explaining these four subtopics. We hope that all of you would pay attention to our presentation as there will be a short activity at the end to test your understanding on some of the topics. Now we will start off with the first part, which is Introduction to Video Production. Well, what is video production? Well, video production is basically the entire process of producing or creating a video with the purpose of capturing a group of people who are the audience. It is everything that goes into the ideation, planning, and execution of a video, which means that this includes from the very first part when we first come up with ideas to create a video, all the way to recording, editing, and finally releasing it for the audience to watch. Okay, moving on, let's go through some of the types and examples of videos. First, we have educational videos. Examples are video lesson series, the lecture videos that our lecturers usually gave us to watch. And animated explainer videos, the kind of videos on YouTube that we watch to better understand a certain topic that we learn in class. Then we have promotional videos such as giveaway videos, product review videos, and unboxing videos. I'm pretty sure we are all very familiar with this type of videos, especially on social media like Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok too. Okay, thirdly, informational videos are probably the simplest type of videos because they deliver all the dry information that we need to know about something. For example, television newscast and interview Q&A videos. Then the next type of videos is documentary films, a non-fictional motion picture to document some aspect of reality, mainly to educate people. For example, we have observational documentaries like Animal Discovery Channel and historical documentaries. And lastly, I'm sure we all love this one the most, and that is entertainment videos, movies, TV shows, streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus, as well as vlogs. Alright, now let's briefly look at some comparisons between video production and other video-related activities. First, what is the difference between video production and film production? Well, the only difference between these two is the medium used to achieve the final product. A film production uses film to record the visuals, while video production captures images via tape or memory card. However, film is becoming less common nowadays, so video productions are also referred to as film productions. Okay. Now, how about video production and videography? Well, they may seem familiar, am I right? But they are not the same. Well, video production is a long, meticulous process that involves a lot of people and careful planning with scripts, storyboards, scenes and everything, sorry. While videography, on the other hand, is more like a style of capturing images. It is rather spontaneous because the direction of the story is entirely or primarily controlled by the videographer alone. Okay, and then video production and video editing, what is the difference? The difference is that video editing is a part of video production process. Video production is the overall operation to record, process, and produce a video, while video editing comes with video production. We will look at this later on. Okay, who is involved in video production? Well, although video production can be done alone, but it is highly necessary to have a group of people to work with in order to produce an amazing video. First, we have the director, who is the creative lead and in charge of making sure that the story, goal, and concept are achieved. And then we have the producer, the one who brings everyone together to keep the show running smoothly. Next, camera and lighting crews are responsible for the visual aspects of the video, which of course involves the camera, lighting, and other electrical support. Next, sound crews control everything that we hear in a video, like the sound effects, background noise, music, and audio functions. And then we have art crews who are in charge of the aesthetics of the video, such as props, costumes, hair, and makeup. Finally, we have the special effects masters to pull off tricky shots involving characters or background settings. Okay. Lastly, I am going to show you the 3-step strategy that is very essential to consider before starting any video production. But please do not confuse this with pre-production, as these strategies are to be implemented before pre-production. Okay, step 1 would be to set goals. Okay, look at the overall goal of the video and ask yourself some questions. What is the motivation behind the scenes of the video? Who are you targeting this video for? The target audience. What do you want the target audience to perceive from your video? Okay? And then we move to step 2, which is equipment. You must know your equipment. How do they work? What are the limitations? And so on. And lastly, step 3 is to organize. Prepare your ideas. Figure out how you are going to convey your ideas through the video, and then plan a schedule to ensure that everything goes in plan and can be completed within the desired period of time. Well, I hope that I have made everything clear on this part. Now my partner Nasrin will proceed with the process of video production.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone, my name is Nasrin Kistina, and now I'm going to talk about the process of video production and explain how and what goes into each stage. So, video production can be broken down into 3 different stages, which is the first one, pre-production, second is production, and the last stage, as you guys can see here, is called post-production. So, each stage has its own different function, and it's important that you go through all the steps to ensure that you can produce the best quality work that you can. Okay, so let's move on to the first stage, which is pre-production. This stage is crucial as it involves the creative process and planning of how we want the video to be. A lot of things go into this stage, as this is where we plan out everything, such as the concept and idea, style guides, actor casting, locations of the shoot, props, script writing, scheduling, and budgeting. So a lot of things, a long list of things goes into the planning. So a lot of time has to be spent in this stage, as it is the stage that determines the quality of your video production. This stage might be time consuming, but it is important to have a strong planning and groundwork for the video to be perfect, because without meticulous planning, a lot of things are at stake for everyone who is involved in the making of the video. Okay, so the next stage is the production stage. This stage is known as the filming process, where the magic happens, where we get to see the actors deliver their lines, where ideas and scripts are being brought to life. So the production phase can be arduous and tiresome, depending on the size of the project itself. Sometimes it can take just a few hours of shooting, but most of the time it takes a few days or even up to weeks of shooting. So during the production stage, there are 3 things that we need to be mindful of to achieve a good quality video, which is the camera setup, the audio setup, and the lighting setup. So each setup needs to be carefully followed and done correctly for the video to turn out good. So, okay. The first one is the camera setup. For the camera setup, use a tripod for the camera so that the video doesn't turn out shaky or wobbly. And then for the audio setup, this is very important because if the audio is ruined, it would jeopardize the whole video. So for audio setup, the team who is in charge of the audio needs to make sure that dialogue, sound effects, and other audio functions are clear and believable. So this is to avoid audio problems like loud background noises, muffled speech, and statics, as these are all examples of poor audio work that can really destroy the quality of the video. And for the last thing that needs attention is the lighting setup. So good lighting setup doesn't have to be difficult or expensive because it doesn't necessarily require expensive lighting equipment, because sometimes just by using natural lighting, it is adequate for the video to turn out looking flawless. Alright, so moving on to the last stage in the video production process is the post-production stage. So this stage takes place after filming, and it's when you start putting all the raw footage and audio together. It is known as the stage of compiling and editing, where the video finally comes together. So for video editing, there are a lot of existing desktop programs and phone applications that we can use to put this creativity into practice, such as Adobe Premiere Pro, Filmora, Sony Vegas, and many more.
Hi, it's me again. Okay, this part of the presentation covers the major elements of video production process. Based on our research, we have found that there are 7 basic elements that must be considered to produce a great video. They are divided into 2 parts, which are the eyes, what we see, and the ears, what we hear in a video. Firstly, the location. Well, a great location is important, especially when you are doing or saying something that is not interesting enough to attract people to watch the video. So interesting places can catch audiences' attention. Secondly, the characters. You should find actors that suit the context of your theme or dialogue. For example, if you want to create a comedy video, you should find someone with a funny personality. Well, number 3, costumes. To make your video stand out, you have to make sure what the characters wear. You make sure that they are something unusual or a unique style. Okay, number 4 is props. Props don't necessarily have to be huge. You just have to be creative enough to use interesting items and which can illustrate the dialogue. So this way it can make a huge difference to your video. And number 5, action. The things that the characters do. Okay, ask yourself, what can the characters do to make your video interesting to watch? Okay, then we move to the second part. The ears is what we hear in a video. Well, point number 6 is the dialogue. The rule here is to ensure that the characters say the lines on camera instead of focusing on the voice alone. This way, the audience can feel connected with your video when the characters make eye contact, because on camera videos can be more interesting than just the voice. And lastly, point number 7, music and sound effects. Now, this is the least costly element which cannot be overlooked at all costs, because music and sound effects are the ones that add flavor into your video. So without this element, high chances are people will get bored watching your video. So do not ignore this element at all costs.
So now I'm going to be explaining about the characteristics of a good video production. Nowadays, having the ability to produce an amazing video is a fantastic way to communicate and stay connected, especially today where we live in the digital media world. Producing quality content is not easy, but it is possible. And here are some of the attributes that explains what it is to have a good video production. The first one is creativity. So creativity is imperative for success in almost any field, but it is especially important for video production. Having a creative mindset will keep you stimulated and energized as you accomplish the task of your project, come up with new projects, make edits, and collaborate with colleagues. But what exactly is creativity? So to put it simply, creativity is the use of your own intuition and ideas to create more entertaining videos. Creativity brings out your hidden imagination and brilliance, so don't be afraid to use it when creating a video. So moving on to the next one is high quality video. Make sure the video that you're producing is in higher definition, because when the quality of the video produced is excellent and outstanding, it shows that a lot of effort and work is put into creating it. Next, originality is something that plays a role in making a work more admirable and priceless. When producing a video, this is something that is really important, which is avoid copying someone else's work. I'm so sorry about that if you heard the motorcycle, but okay, continuing. So avoid copying someone else's work in order to stand out from the rest. Moving on to the next one, excellent content delivery in the video. So when doing a video where there is a message or moral, the delivery should be clear and enjoyable for the audience. Something that is simple and easy for the audience to comprehend. And the last characteristics of a good video production is confidence. Video producers should be proud and keep a positive attitude of the work that they produce.
Alright, now that we are done with the presentation, let's have a quiz. Okay, first question. Give 3 types of videos in video production with one example each. Question number 2, camera setup, audio setup, and lighting setup. Which part of the video production process do these 3 activities take place? Okay, let's hope that you can answer these questions. That'll be all from us. Thank you. Bye.